Now we're going to look at SPY here. So it did close this week and this day at 594.20. We had a high of 594.50 in here on the day, but we have to be careful because we have to keep in mind that we're trading about $7 lower than that right now after market. So depending on what happens with the news in the next couple days over the weekend here, it's going to be interesting to see where we're going to gap up or gap down. Most likely, that's what's looking at right now. Here for the overall market, you can see we're trading right around that 588.25 mark right in here, and that's coming off around $6 of a down move from where we closed at. If we kind of zoom all the way out to the weekly chart, it looks at the moment like it's a great move on the week, right? So if you're just going by the close that happened today at 4 o'clock, well, it's a great weekend here. You know, we're kind of getting closer to this 597 mark up here. Above that, we're going to be worrying about this $10 channel, 597 to 608. That's going to be the next demand zone or the supply zone up here. Support wise, we're going to be sitting right on this 578. And then we still have a gap down in here that we have to worry about too, right around this 565 area in here. And that's kind of where your 9-day EMA is sitting as well. So if you look at the weekly, it's looking good. If you go to the daily as well, it's basically a nice strong move in here with some overbought RSI. So perhaps a little bit of struggle up here by this 597, but we have to keep in mind we're trading right now around 588 here. So this looks like a pullback is likely to happen and a gap down. Where is our footing going to be? Well, we can chalk it up to the 585 mark. But really, this is going to be your main support right here. So 578 to that 580 range, that is going to be a good zone for us to kind of try to find some footing. If not, then we're worrying about this 200 SMA right here. And then this gap that we have to fill, like we mentioned earlier, to that 566, 565 mark right around here on the daily chart. So these are all areas that we need to be aware of. And we also have to be aware of any news that comes out over the weekend because that's going to adjust or that's going to affect everything. So obviously we want to be happy with this move that just happened here, specifically more today, more so than anything because 590 was the magic number in here today. Obviously we crushed that after that lull in here. We were down around 10:30, 11 below 590, 589. Then that just huge run up towards the end of the day, hitting those 594s, but this pullback here after hours. So it's going to kind of takes away from the good day that we had in here. But all in all, if we're below 590, 590 is the big number, right? If we're above 590, then we'll worry about the 592s, 594s, 597s. Anything, if we're gapping down and we are going to gap down below that 590, obviously that main support is going to be at 578 to that 580 range. But again, there might be a little something there at the 585 to save us. It all depends on what happens news based as we kind of continue our weekend here that we just started down. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you're interested, and you can find all of your socials in the description below.